What's up everybody? Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today's video, originally I had intended it for it to be an educational video on taking self-portraits in your own home. But halfway through, it turned into a journey of self-healing and self-discovery. Let me explain. A whole decade has passed since the last time I felt creative enough to sit in my own home, set up a studio, and take some self-portraits of myself. My birthday is coming up, and originally the pictures was just supposed to be just for my birthday. But this session turned into something much more meaningful. I had no clue what was to come. I began to set up my backdrop and then set up my lights, and the entire time in my head, I'm thinking of my original script of talking about what type of light modifiers that I plan to use, the different types of color grades and editing techniques that I wanted to do on my photos. All of this was in my head as I was setting up. After I took my first set of self-portrait photos, I headed to my computer and loaded them up, and I started to review them. The real transformation began in the editing process. Staring at these images, I started to see not just my face, but my journey, my fears, and my hopes. And then I started to question myself, am I the man that I want to become? Am I reaching my full potential as an artist? Am I on the right path? All of these questions are questions that I've asked myself before in the past, but it's always been a little cloudy. I wasn't sure, but it was something different about staring at myself on a computer screen with these self-portraits in high definition. I began to ask myself the very same questions that I ask myself often, and for some reason, the answers were a lot clearer. I saw a boost of confidence in myself. At the same time, I looked at the photos and realized that the photos weren't really saying what I was feeling at the moment as I was staring at them. So I decided to scrap all of the photos. I decided to scrap the original educational script that I planned to do this video about, and I went back and I took some more photos with a new mindset. Now, a lot of us have things about ourselves that we tend to be uncomfortable about. Sometimes it can be physical flaws, sometimes it can be all mental. For me, it's this thing called self-sabotage. I often find myself questioning if I'm good enough. Maybe I'm where I'm supposed to be. Maybe I am not good enough. Maybe I'm not supposed to be a super photographer. I've always battled with self-sabotage personally, always questioning my self-worthiness and my full potential. And often I feel like I'm not, and I'm just not capable of. But it was in this moment that something shifted for me. I saw not just a reflection of my face. Instead, now it was a moment of clarity and peace for me. And I saw the true potential that I have for myself looking from the outside. These self-portraits became more than just images now. They became therapeutic tools, helping me grow far beyond my own self-limitations, all in my head. Now I see why people like to hang pictures of themselves on their walls. At first I thought it was a little weird, but now I think I'm gonna do the same thing, just to remind myself of my full potential and to keep me going every single day, especially when that self-sabotaging voice starts to take over my head. So I really wanted to share this experience with you because honestly, it was a big eye-opener for me. I had no intentions on making this video in this type of perspective. Self-portraits is just not about the technical skills. It's not just about the cool lighting. It's about a journey into the deepest parts of ourselves. I encourage you to try this. Take some self-portraits of yourself or find a good self-portrait photographer and make sure you're not just capturing just images. Make sure you're capturing your fears, your confidence, and your essence. You might be surprised at what you find. As I approach a new decade in my life, when I go back and look at these photos, it's gonna mark a milestone for me. It's gonna remind me that they represent growth, they represent acceptance, and a newfound confidence for myself going forward here on out. That's the experience that I wanted to share with you. Thank you guys for joining me on this deeply personal journey that this video turned out into. I encourage you guys, and I hope that you explore yourself and find a newfound confidence with self-portrait photography as well. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This is a new channel. Hope y'all like it. I'm signing off.